Not live.
The broadcast is live now.
Hello. We are live on FTB Sports. The Liverpool versus RB Leipzig. Leipzig game. Hello. Are we still not live?
Yes, we are live.
I think we are.
We are live.
Apparently, Stoney, he can't see us live.
Oh, we've got live up in our indicator. We are live. Well, we are live, Liverpool supporters. We are live, FTB family.
Oh, okay, Jürgen. Okay, we'll mention that. Thanks, Jürgen. Thank you very much. Bye. Sorry, and welcome back to the show. Again. Hello, Stoney, for the third time.
I know. Good evening.
Hello, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to FTB Sports, Liverpool versus Leipzig game, the second leg. It's me and Stoney tonight, and don't forget to subscribe, press the like button, all the socials. But hey, anyway, welcome back. I hope you're going to enjoy tonight's shows, and don't forget the questions. So I'm Pato. Hello, and hello to Stoney.
Good evening. So we had just briefly touched on before we went live. We were speaking about the first leg that we actually played. So we got the second leg. We were victorious in the first leg. We won 2-0. So the second leg is going to be back at Budapest. So it's going to be like a cup final. Nobody's going to have the home advantage of playing. I think we mentioned that at the moment, RB Leipzig, they are still second in the Bundesliga behind Bayern Munich, 2 points away. And they won their last game 3-0. And if Liverpool are in a position to win tomorrow's game, which we're confident that we are, it's going to be the third time in the last 4 years that we would have reached the quarterfinal in the Champions League. So, Pato, what players do you think are probably going to be in contention for RB Leipzig?
What players do we think?
Yeah, that they're probably going to field or formation.
Right. Well, we were discussing about again about the time that they played us. They put 2 midfielders up front. They also put Sabitzer on the wing.
Yeah.
So after that game, they went to Hertha Berlin, where they won 3-0. They put Poulsen up front on his own, changed the format, because when they played us, it was a 3-1-4-2. So when they went up to Hertha Berlin, they changed it to the 3-4-2-1. So they put Poulsen up on his own, and they brought Olmo and Nkunku back into the midfield, so they're sitting behind him. That's probably why I think when they did play us, and we were saying about how they kept switching around.
Yeah.
2 midfielders being up front, they are probably going to be drawn back a little bit. That's so far forward.
Yeah.
So what worries me is that, he has changed. Julian Nagelsmann has changed all the formation in most of the games since he's played us. But he does seem to be using Poulsen up front. They have won every game since they've played us.
Yeah.
They played Freiburg. A game went to them, away game, and won away 3-0 comfortably. But they did go switch back. It's the only game he switched back to the formation of when he played us, the 3-1-4-2. So whether he's going to play that tomorrow, I do think he will, because I do think he likes that system. However, he's going to have Poulsen up front. Definitely. Now, who's going to have alongside him? I'm not too sure, because a couple of games he's brought. Actually, when the game after us and he went to Hertha Berlin, he actually played. He gave my mate a start.
Huang.
He he's featured since then. But I tell you who's played and was good. Clivert, Justin Clivert.
Clivert. Okay. Right.
Yeah, Patrick's son and his grandson, and he's got a brother. What's the brother's name? Got a brother, family of the. Well, he had to go.
Okay. Yeah. So.
I think he scored. He actually even scored against Bayern Munich. Scored against Munich. Yeah. So I don't know whether he's going to put him alongside him or play the one who we played in that last game, who was up alongside him in the last game. Oh, Soloff. Soloff, yes.
Soloff, yeah. Soloff used to play. Soloff used to play for He used to play for Crystal Palace a couple of seasons ago. Yeah. Soloff. So yeah, I think I agree with you in terms of the way in which that they are probably going to rotate their players in a formation that they're going to play against us. I mean, we've had one comment for thank you very much, Sam Spares for Life. He's mentioned this is going to be a tough game for Liverpool. I do agree. It's not going to be easy. The first game wasn't easy. So I thoroughly agree with you on that, Sam Spares for Life. So I appreciate that comment. So just going back to what you were saying as well, Pato, I believe that they're also going to play with the back three as well. And as you said, I think Adams played more on one of the wide positions last time because he had quite a nice duel on that side. So Adams would have played on the right side because he had a good duel with Robinson the last game. So it'll be interesting to see where he fits in the middle. But I do agree that I think he's going to play Paulson up front. Yeah. Olmo in the middle, Nkonkwo in the middle, Hadria, Campbell in the middle. He said Adams there as well. Klosterman at the back with Kano and Mukele in defense as well, and the same goalkeeper that used to play for us before in goal. I do believe that it's going to be what I actually enjoyed about the first game actually was the movement of the RB Leipzig players as well. And I think I know before the actual game, yourself, Stitches, and myself, we actually spoke about how fluid they actually play, how Nagelsmann likes moving the players around, and you can actually see. So I don't think that will change much for tomorrow. I'm looking for a good, enjoyable game. It's not going to be easy. I would like 3 things from tomorrow: no injuries, a really good performance, and a victory. Those are the main things that I want to see from tomorrow. But yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm really looking forward to it.
What do you think regarding them saying Firmino could be injured? Do you think it's a bluff? Do you think it could be true?
Okay, I'm going to be, if Firmino is injured, I'll be brutally honest, it's not the end of the world for us. And the only reason why I say that is if Klopp plays the same formation, and I know later on in the show we'll get to the possible lineups for us and the possible formations and how we see ourselves playing. But if Bobby is injured, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think Shaq can slip in there and do a similar job if need be. So I wouldn't be too concerned with that. Obviously, we'd want our best players there. But at the moment, if any of our players are carrying the slightest injury, wrap them up in cotton wool. So wrap them up. So and let him rest, which is the main thing. I'd prefer that we've got a fully fit Bobby playing than a Bobby that's 50%, and then we're biting our nails just in case anything actually happens to him. So yeah. So I hope. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Sam Spares for Life. This is going to be a tough game for Liverpool. Yeah, of course, it's going to be a tough game. Every game's a tough game. No games are easy. Sam for life, unless I don't know. Who do you play for, Sam?
He's one of the hosts for Spurs, ain't he?
Yeah. Thanks, Sam. Thanks for your comment. I mean, but as I said, yeah, it is going to be a tough game. Definitely going to be a tough game. It's not going to be easy because, as we've both discussed, he's going to definitely change the format. And we know he's coming out gunning. He said he is. He said he's not going to make the mistakes that he did last time. And looks like we've got some more questions there. Is that? I can't see you guys losing tomorrow, but I can't see you guys losing tomorrow. Yeah.
But I live in hope.
I would hope that we do lose. I'm a bit.
That's everybody's entitled to the information. Comment. Thank you, Mr. B.
Okay, Mr. B, doesn't he? And then he becomes Mr. T.
I mean, Mr. B's got a really a really good comment underneath that, Pato. If you can just share that on the screen, and that's something we can probably just touch on as well.
Player Origi, isn't he still in the Liverpool squad? Yes, he is. Possibility between him and Shaqiri, but he did bring Shaqiri on. I mean, not that it made much difference, but I don't know. He did have a little bit of a spark to Shaqiri, sorry.
Yeah, that would be an interesting, and that actually hasn't crossed my mind. I must admit, in terms of Origi. So, if we're thinking back to the amount of games the majority of our players have actually featured in, Origi at this current stage probably hasn't had as much game time as he's probably wanted to. So I wonder if a player like that will come in fresh and will add a different dynamic to the way in which we can possibly play tomorrow. So that's something I didn't actually think about, Origi actually being in the team. But it's something that I'm going to touch back on. When myself and Pato speak about possible players playing and possible players, I'll see if I can add Origi into a possible formation to see if that will work for you, Mr. B.
You see how I look at it as well. We are an attacking playing football team and Jürgen's an attacking manager. However, we are sitting on a two goal difference. However, we're going to be coming out attacking. Apparently, Julian's really going to be. He definitely wants to be getting the goals. He's got 2 goals to catch up to. That could, if he puts on more attacking players, and we his defense, then that could give us a chance to actually score more goals. True. So, it's how Jürgen's going to look at that, whether Origi plays. But as you said, we can touch on that later when we come to the formations and the squad. Yeah. And what's this one? Who do you reckon will play at the back? Fanatic one?
Thank you very much for that comment. Fanatic one. He's actually an Aston Villa supporter as well. So I think it's the first time that he's actually tuned into the show. So thank you very much, Fanatic number 1. Should we just? I mean, we've got quite a few comments actually speaking about possible formation and who will play. So should we touch on that now, if that's okay with you, Pato?
Yeah. Okay. So at the back, I think it's going to be. You see, again, I didn't really want to talk about Fulham, but however, when I saw the squad that went out, I did think he's definitely got Wednesday's game in mind. I definitely was thinking that, definitely. So I'm actually thinking at the back we've got Trent. Yeah, I do think Fabinho will be going in the back.
Okay,
and I think it'll be Nat Phillips and Robbo.
Right.
That's my back 4.
My back 4? Oh, oh my goodness. All right. So hopefully we're gonna have Alisson in there. We'll have Robbo and Trent. And I'm completely unsure who our central pair will be. I have absolutely no idea who our back 4 are going to be. I've tried to think about it, and even though we're currently seeing the development of, I mean, isn't that Phillips still going to be okay? Hasn't he got like a little thigh injury or something for this? So we'll have to probably watch this space on that Phillips. Is this going to be a game that's too high for Reece Williams to play for tomorrow? I don't know. Is it going to be a game too much, or are we going to see the introduction of Davies for tomorrow in our back line? I'm not too sure. I'm just going to answer something, and it's going to be 2 questions here. Okay, so Fanatic, one has asked about who do you reckon is going to play in the back line. But there's just one comment that's come underneath for Sam Spurs for Life. If you can click on that, Pato, and that way I'll be able to answer. Hopefully, I'll be able to answer both of them. So Sam Spurs for Life, his comment was, Klopp needs to change the high back line. The midfield and forwards are not pressing as effective, so the defense is exposed. Okay, to an extent, I actually agree with that comment, Sam Spurs for Life, because it's something that I think we've spoken about before. I think currently we can all see that the intensity in which we are playing collectively has dropped off for various reasons. And I think one of our strengths had been, prior to this season, is that we were pressing from the front. Our midfielders were to press as well, which meant that we were able to completely play higher up the field, because really what we were doing, we were encouraging most of the gameplay to be played in the opposition's half. So with our forwards probably not pressing at the intensity that they did before, or our midfield for various reasons, I agree with you. There's a lot more onus on the defensive expectations of our defense. So you're right. Every little chink, every little chain, I mean, every little, movement, every little player that's unavailable has had a big impact. But if we don't play the high line, then we're just sitting back waiting for teams to actually come at us. I mean, we could possibly play like that and play on a counter attack, as some other managers in the league actually do. But I'm not too sure if that's the way that our manager and our coaching staff wish for us to play. I'm not saying that we're not adaptable. By no means am I saying that. But I can't actually see that. But it will be interesting. We may see that for tomorrow's games, Sam Spurs for Life. So that's a really good comment on that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks again, Sam, for your great questions. At the minute, Klopp hasn't got much choice of what he can do. Klopp knows that. It's just that other people fail to understand that fact. He's limited with what he can do. So, at the minute, I am fed up and I'm sick of, comments getting said about Liverpool. But at the end of the day, we all know what is going on, and once who was the best to get that back high line? It was all creative, it was all around Virgil, and Matip, and so we haven't. They're not there, and Gomez. So we're limited with what we can do, and there's not much that we can do, unfortunately.
No. Yeah, I agree with you.
Forever. Hopefully, our players, as we keep saying, are going to be coming back. So, yeah. Well, thanks for the question. Yeah, thanks. What else have we got there? Feel sorry for Origi. Maybe he's one to freshen it up.
To freshen it up. So yeah, that goes back to what I'd mentioned earlier.
This is cousin.
But yeah, you're right, because at the moment we have spoken about the amount of games that players have actually played, and Origi's somebody who, unless he does have an injury or unless there's other reasons for it, maybe he needs a run of games. He may actually change the dimension to how we're actually playing. He may allow us to actually change the formation as well. So, but you're right, that may well be a possibility. And if it is Fnatic, then I believe that you've probably put a bet on it. So, if that's the case, I hope you win your bet, and I hope Origi gets a hat trick if he does play tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. He could feature tomorrow, so yeah. Hopefully he does. And I hope you win your bet.
But yeah, I hope it does.
Yeah, well, we got another one there. Let's see. Sam Spurs for Life. As a manager, you adapt your strategy and tactics to suit the players available. With the injuries you have to protect the defence. Confidence is draining with every loss. And a great question again, Sam. As a manager, you have to adapt your strategy and tactics to suit the players available. I think isn't that what he's been trying to do? Do you not agree with that, Sam? With the injuries you have, you've got to protect your defence. You know, Fabinho in the back, you know, we're putting Fabinho, taking him out of the midfield, putting him there. Is that the confidence is draining? But of course it will be. Of course it will be.
I think what's interesting with that as well, and you know, that's a really good comment. You know, as you said, we probably need to adapt our. What was the comment? You have to protect it. You have to protect the defense. At the moment, our defense is gone, and our midfield are having to play in defense. So that's probably why there's no one to protect our defense. But the strange thing is you know, considering that the injuries and, you know, non-selection of different players, whatever it is various reasons, right? Considering that has actually happened, we haven't really been, as much as the results haven't gone our way, we haven't actually been shipping goals. I know obviously Man City gave us a hiding early in the season. Aston Villa gave us a hiding as well. But other than that, have we really been shipping? Who else has beaten us recently? Nobody's really been. We haven't really been shipping lots of goals. And don't get me wrong, a 1-0 loss still means that you come away from that game with 0 points. So I'm not disillusioned about that. But defensively, okay, you know, we've had lots of chopping and changing. We've had lots of partnerships, but we haven't really actually been shipping lots of goals. If anything, we probably haven't been scoring as much goals. And, you know, there's been games, even if we look last season or the season before, as much as our defense was tighter, we also knew that if someone was to score against us, we've got the capacity to then outscore the other team. So maybe we probably need to look into that, just get into those positions and scoring more goals, because there's been the last few games where if you look at our if Stitches was here, he'd be able to provide those stats for us. But if you look at the amount of actual shots on targets we've actually had, if anything, that's probably another area that we might need to actually address at some stage. Hopefully you're listening to the show, all of the lads from Liverpool, and you'll prove me wrong once again. But yeah, in terms of shots on target, that volume hasn't been as high either. So hopefully we see a return to that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely with the confidence, you know, it is draining. Of course, it's draining with every game, but you've got to build your confidence back up, and that's where your experienced players in the team are supposed to step in and try and help you back, because they've obviously been there before, you know. But, you know, they're not young boys.
Exactly.
Kids, but most of our team, they're not young boys. They've been here before, so you know.
And exactly, you know, the same from when we speak about confidence as well. We have winners in our club. You know, we have silverware. So the fact that not only do we have winners in our club, we also have players with Premiership experience from playing in other countries, and international experience. So all of those things together means that, yeah, we're having a little ripple. I get that, but we'll be back, and you know, that's fine. Ideally, we'd like to start getting back from Wednesday's performance, and you know, transfer that into when we play our next away game against Wolves. But if that doesn't happen this season, then you know, we just take stock and we come back fresh again next season. So the only disadvantage to that waiting until next season is that we get all of our lovely comments and people from other clubs giving us some digs in the ribs. But that's fine. I appreciate that. I actually welcome that, because it constantly means that Liverpool's on your mind, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, true. But thanks, lovely question. Good question, actually. And what's this one? There's nothing wrong with playing deeper to counter. I'm not saying that since all the injuries.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think that's a fair comment.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Totally.
I definitely can't. I can't disagree with that.
Yeah. Thank you, Sam. Mr. B again. It's great. Listen,
that's crazy. the life still, look how happy we are, and look how positive we are still about our club. We've got so much life left in us. Our main concern, we realize that it's not a Manchester United show, so that's fine. I don't mind touching on that. Our confidence is high. I think the main thing for you, Mr. B, we welcome your comments. Make sure you end up the season winning more silverware than Liverpool. That's all I ask from you, because we're not having a very good season, and Manchester United supporters seem to be on a high, which is fine. But just make sure you win more silverware than us this season. If you don't, then jump on the end of the season show. We can have a little talk about these lovely comments you've been placing for us. But thank you very much. We appreciate that.
I don't think that's the difference. Last season, you were able to outscore teams, but goals have dried up.
So he's got, yeah, so Fanatic One has probably gone back to what myself and you were saying before, whereas if we were to concede a goal, we need that offensively, we can, score a complete array of goals, whether that's from our front three, whether that's coming from our fullbacks, or whether that's coming from any of our midfielders. And for various reasons, as you said, that actually hasn't happened so far this season, but that's fine. And I'm sure we'll actually learn from that as well. So.
Yeah, that's true. And Mr. B again. Shots on at home, 115 since Christmas, but only one goal. Maybe players should. Sorry, what's that?
Maybe players should win Dunlops. He's taking the mickey out of us. Right. That's what he's really doing. That's fine. I like that little bit of tongue in cheek there. Salute to you, sir.
Thanks, Mr. B.
Crazy. So going back to our possible selection for tomorrow's game, Pata. I know you mentioned the possibility of our backline. How do you see our formation being? How do you see the possibility of players that are going to be selected? So who do you see being our starting lineup for tomorrow, and in what formation?
Okay, I think it's going to be a 4-3-3.
Okay.
4-3-3, as I've said, it's going to be Trent, Fab, Phillips and Robbo at the back. Also Alisson in goal, of course.
Yeah.
I think in the midfield it will be Jones. I think it will be Thiago. And I think it'll be Gini Wijnaldum.
Okay.
And up front, I think it will be Salah. I do think Firmino will start. And Mane.
Okay. I quite like that comment about Origi. I don't know, it's still playing on my mind here. So in terms of a formation, so the Fulham game we played 4-3-1-2, and we played so we played that 4-3-1-2, and do you know I forgot about Jota? Completely forgot about Jota. So yeah, I would like for us to play 4-3-1-2, same formation, and I wouldn't mind seeing Origi and Salah playing up front with Jota behind them. And then a midfield three. I think Jones got rested the last game, didn't he? Did he play the last game? Yeah. So I wouldn't mind seeing Jones, Thiago, and Wijnaldum play in the midfield three. Then, as you said, Trent and Robbo, but I still don't know about the centre back pairing. I think that's going to be a little surprise for us. I don't know why, but I just see it being a little surprise for us. So that's the only position that I'm not too sure who's going to feature. So 4-3-1-2. Curtis, GG, Thiago, Jota playing in like the ambush, little Cam, and Origi and Salah up top. And if we did possibly play like that, that could be an opportunity for us to actually play on a counter attack, or to actually get in behind the defense of RB Leipzig, especially if they played a three at the back as well. So yeah, 4-3-1-2. And I'd like to see us play at a higher intensity as well. I think against if I'm just going back to our previous game against Fulham, I think the only thing that I was a little bit disheartened by, we just seemed to be playing quite lackluster at quite a pedestrian pace, and I was quite taken back by that.
I think we thought walking.
Yeah, I think that was my only concern, that the tempo in which we were actually playing was quite lackluster. And Fulham played well. Not taking nothing away from how Fulham play. I really like Scott Parker as a manager. I think I've mentioned it on numerous occasions in the show as well. But they played well. So yeah, higher intensity from us, more shots on goal, and for us to play a little bit more aggressively with the ball. So I'm not in terms of injuring anybody at all like that. But when we actually get that ball, actually play with intent, and that's what I'd like to actually see us play and actually get out from tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, if you remember in the last game, we did have a lot of high tempo, didn't we? It was very fast-paced, wasn't it? The first 15-20 minutes we were firing. Now I hope we come out like that again, and I hope we go and get an early goal. We need to get an early goal, and then we're sitting there with 3 goals.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So yeah, so that's where we are there.
I think regarding a score,
I get every time, I don't think I've any predicted score I've ever given on the show is always wrong. Right. So so we're 2-0 up already, aren't we? I reckon 2-1. So we go through 4-1 on aggregate. So yeah, 2-1. I do believe that our goal will be breached. I'd love for us to keep a clean sheet. But going back to what you were mentioning at the beginning of the show, Pato, about the way in which RB Leipzig players and the formations are being moved around and also being adapted, it will be interesting to actually see how we actually manage and cope with those changes as well. I'm confident that we will. But I do believe that they'll probably get a goal. And you know what? I think it's going to be Poulsen.
Yeah, well, he took them off, didn't he? He took off Poulsen and Olmo and
Uncle. Yeah, because I think your player Huang came on on 63 minutes.
He did.
Forsberg came on for Almo at 63 minutes, and Nkunku came off around 85 minutes. So yeah, you're right. Those players will be rested.
Definitely be featuring, and I think that's how he's going to be playing. And he may play the one. I think he could go for the one and Poulsen up on his own, but he did say he's going to make some changes. So I think he's going to have them more attacking. We know that, but on the counter, we could score the goal. I think take advantage of that, and hopefully, obviously, Jürgen's going to be also thinking the same. He's not stupid. So
yeah.
I think he's, because we were talking as well about, someone mentioned on the show when Stitch was on about putting all your eggs in one basket. That's exactly what I did think when I saw the squad he played against Fulham at Craven Cottage. I thought, you're definitely going for the Wednesday game. So I'm thinking score-wise.
No pressure.
Do you know what I think I'm going to say? 2-0 to Liverpool.
2-0. That's fair enough. As long as, I think you're right. As long as we return to scoring, I think that has to be a positive. That has to be a positive as well. That will obviously contribute to our own confidence. And if that has dwindled by a very low percent, I think that's actually natural. But we're not low on confidence. I still believe that we have a manager that the players fully trust, and a high percentage of our supporters still believe in him as well. So yeah, we'd just like to see some little tactical changes. Do you reckon there'll be any surprises in the squad for tomorrow at all?
Regarding
any surprise additions in terms of players? I think that was something I was thinking about. For us.
I don't
That's what
know.
I'm thinking. No, I don't think so either. I don't think so. Because we've got this game, and then so the next game would be Wolves, wouldn't it? So we just go for it. And I agree with you. Look, it's a completely different competition. Not to say that players aren't playing well because of the Premier League, but let's get through this. We're through to the last 8 again in the Champions League, and then we just take everything that happens from there. So doing that once again will add even more confidence and even more belief as well. And hopefully we start getting some of our players back as well, and just make a nice little run for the end of the season. We haven't got much games left in terms of the league itself anyway. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. I think it's gonna be brilliant.
Yeah, me too. And also, I think, as I've always said, we seem to step up to Champions League. We like Champions League. They must get on the plane at John Lennon Airport.
Yeah.
They must like the journey, and land in another country. They must do because we've always done, and we've always seemed to be quite successful, and we can up our game. So I'm hoping he tells the boys, just play as good as you did when you were there last time, because as I said, we were very fast paced. So what I don't want is for us to concede a goal though, Stoney, because we seem to we're not, as of late, being very good at coming back into the game. We seem just that really knocks our confidence, whereas at one time we a goal down, it gave us a fight, and we'd then go and score 3. We did goal early on in the game, but we go out and get 3. That of late hasn't been happening, so we just don't want them to score. And I think Jürgen will be telling them, get out there, keep it fast paced, keep it high up, and feed the balls up to the top, up to my top 3, and let's some goals. So I do think we'll see 2. We will get 2 goals definitely. And we will be coming home. We should be coming home happy on that plane.
Definitely.
When's the draw? Is that Thursday?
I'm not sure, And the other thing as well, Pat, exactly what you were saying as well, because we get through tomorrow's game with a victory, okay? Which I'm confident we're going to do anyway. And then we play Wolves, and then am I correct in saying that there's an international break after that, I think? Pardon?
Was it not cancelled?
Is it? Oh, okay. No, that's fine. So
I thought it was. But Jürgen's not letting them go anyway, even before that was announced.
Exactly. So that's what I was thinking. So even if there's that international break schedule, are the league then rescheduling games for that, or are clubs having like what would be classified as a break then?
I think they'll be scheduled. And when's the FA Cup? When's the next FA Cup as well?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you could be right. Yeah, I haven't looked on the schedule, so you could easily be right on that. But so yeah, just going back. Look forward to us being victorious tomorrow, and then when we do the next show, we'll be all smiles. So perfect scenario. Yeah.
So I think thanks to all of the fans out there, and let's hope we do get a win. All thanks for watching. Thanks for your questions. Some good questions tonight, wasn't there, Stu?
Yeah, really good. We definitely appreciate those. Those are really good. Yeah.
All the questions, we're very thick-skinned us. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. Is it 10:05? We're coming on tomorrow after the game.
Yeah.
Really triumphant and jubilant. But enjoy the game. All stay safe.
Yeah.
And stay red and stay happy and stay smiling. Stoney, you take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.
You as well. All right. Bye.
Good night and bye. Bye.